Hi, hello, and welcome to the Living Life podcast. I'm your host, Liv, who is living life. Get it? You get it. You understand. You know the vibes. This is episode 2 of season 2 of the podcast, and you know what? It's been a hell of a journey today. Let me tell you. It's the first video episode. Hopefully, let's fingers crossed that I get this video up because it's been a major B today. Like, it's been so hard to also ignore me. It's been so hard to just like get everything together. Oh, like I couldn't freaking do anything because if you hear children screaming in the background, it's because my sister has a friend over and they were doing karaoke at the top of their lungs. So I couldn't record because obviously. So I had to take a break and then it's just been crazy. It's just been insane. So I apologize if there's really bad quality video, but I honestly the video is my least of the worries right now. It's the audio. So I'm so sorry if you hear crazy children going on. But first video episode, let's go, let's go. I completely gave up on the website I was working on. It was like not working. The browser was so I had to go back to the basic camera. So yes, so if the quality is so bad, I apologize. Also, if you see me looking down, it's my phone. It's because I'm looking at the episode layout of the day. Um, so about that. So yeah, there's also gonna be no editing in this video. Like most of my podcasts have no editing. So if there's long pauses, me drinking water, I think we just gotta ignore it as a collective. As a collective, I think we just have to ignore it and move on as a society. Okay? Okay? But the podcast has been popping off lately. I've been so proud. Like, oh my god, thank you guys for all the support on especially the first episode. It's been super, super awesome and super fun. Like inviting all my friends really to come and support because it's like, I don't know. I'm super nervous about it. So yeah, maybe let's just get right into the episode. Also, I would like to provide a brief little trigger warning. I don't think I'm going to get into it too much, but we have the surrounding of dieted eating and eating disorders and all that stuff. So if you are uncomfortable with that, then maybe this episode isn't for you. I just thought I would give a brief little trigger warning. So yeah. Okay, 2024. Let's go. I don't think my first episode was in 24, was it? I don't remember, but Cheers to a New Start got so much support, so thank you guys so much for that. But yeah, 2024 has been so far so good. Like what the heck? I've been very go 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 lately, and it's been pretty crazy. Excuse me. Stop. See, there's no editing. Like Cheers to a New Episode was actually like such a horrible episode. Like it was so bad. It was literally just me like screaming into the microphone, holding it, and I was like, like it was rough. It was rough. So thanks guys for tolerating me. Let's go. Um, the socials have been doing really well. The socials have been doing well lately. So yes, it's just so good. But back crack ASMR moment. Anyway, so yeah. First week of 2024 was because I'm currently recording this on January 7th, so it's the first full week of 2024. It's been super cool. Yeah, it's been actually lit. Because started off New Year's with my friends, so that was super good. Then I was chilling, then I hang out with my other friend. I was supposed to hang out with my friend yesterday, but then I was like I just couldn't because I needed a reset. Like this whole winter break, actually, like from December to New Year's, like that was like so bad. Like that was rough. I was literally just rotting and just like going insane. And that's all I would do was like scroll and eat. Like it was rough. It was rough. So I'm finally getting into a routine now. Here's a little routine. I would get up. I would literally whenever. I would usually get up at like 12 or 1 or whatever. And then make content, and then maybe like I'm doing like today was actually a mess, so I'm not gonna count today. Then I make content, then I go to the gym, and then I do whatever, and then I read. No, then I journal and read, and then I go to bed. And it's been nice. It's been so nice lately. But now we're starting school again. Oh my god. I don't want to start school. I genuinely do not want to start school again. Just because. I don't want to start the actual school part of it. Like, I love seeing my friends. I love going to lunch. Flex is lit. But actual school, mm-mm. I don't think so. I don't think so. New schedule happening, so that's fun, I guess. I'm excited. I'm gonna have fun. Yes. Yes. But yeah, I've adapted this whole routine. And oh, sorry, if I had like so like low energy because I've literally tried to record this 6 times. No, no joke. I recorded the first part of this and it was like perfect. I loved it. It was a good flow. And then my sister started screaming. So then I like couldn't put that in. So that was cute. That was cute. But now I have to like re-record it. So don't really know what I'm talking about, but it's good. It's good. Also, I'm sorry if you can't see my face. I don't really know how to do video because usually I'm like laying on my floor or in my bed and like chilling and like there's no nothing. But now I'm like recording and I'm scared. So hopefully that turns out well. Um so yeah, should we just get right into the episode? Let's just get into it. Because 2024 has been super super good lately. Like I said, I've been getting into this routine. Um, so yeah, this episode is called Healthy Balances. Oh, that's why. Stop. I'm actually so bad at this. Um, the first so basically I was doing really well. I was in this routine, right? I was working out, I was eating well, and then but well for me. And then I went over to my friend's house and I literally ate a pound of candy. I'm not even joking. A pound of candy, all carbs. I didn't even eat anything like good over there. I just like ate like crap. Like obviously you're at a sleepover, that's how we're gonna do. But a pound of candy, I was like gagged. It was so rough. And then I felt so bad about myself because I was like, oh, like this is so bad. Like I shouldn't have done that. I felt so much guilt. Like guilt is one of the worst things, and we'll definitely talk about that later. But literally the guilt was insane. And then I tried to get back into it, but I was like, my body was like so drained, and I realized like, there's could be a lot of reasons for that, not just hanging out and having fun. And that's why I bring it to this episode of Healthy Balances, because don't call me out here, but I did watch a reel. I did watch a reel. I did save it. I was like, oh my god, this is so good. This is such good like good advice, like such good tips or whatever. And it was literally like you cannot have like this working out, this super good like it girl thing, like going to the gym every day, eating well, and then like all this stuff and reading and praying and all that. That's super healthy, right? Like that's super healthy. But you can't do that every day of your life or you will die. Like literally like it's no fun. It's not healthy if you just are only doing that and only doing that and only being by yourself. Like that's not really healthy. So that is not healthy without this sleepovers and eating like junk and eating junk and hanging out with your friends and all that. Like that is not healthy without that. So we do have a healthy balance situation. That's why I called it this episode, because I'm really having like a self conflict. I don't know how long this episode is gonna be. It could be really short. It could be really short and sweet. Or it could be like long. But yeah, so this healthy balances. But first, I'd like to get into my little like it girl behavior, because everyone online has been like, "Wow, you're such goals. You're literally reading while walking. You're so cool. Like you're not so cool. You're so good. Like wish I could be like you and like hanging out with friends and like feeling all this." Like also we kind of get into the topic of how social media is so fake, like so fake. So we have that. But everyone's been like, "Oh wow, you're so good, like you're eating so well, like yada yada yada." Like everyone's been like so like, "Oh, I'm so proud of you for working out." Like, yeah, that's all good or whatever, but it's literally only doing it because I feel like absolute crap about myself. And it's like it's stuff like that. Like it's that. Um what was I going into? Like this it girl mentality. Like social media is completely fake like that, because people will be seeing all this and be like, "Oh wow, like I should get my butt up, like I should be working out." But like really, like I'm like low key training myself so hard that like it's hard to stop or take a break, because literally I will die. Like took literally one break and I thought I was going to implode. It was awful. Like, and I think balancing that out is really really well, because I can be doing all of this stuff and then go to one sleepover and then be wrecked, because you're not healthily balancing that out. You know what I mean? Like you need to have equal parts of this it girl, this working out, this eating right, and equal parts of having fun. Like literally just having fun. Like you need to have fun in order to live a healthy life, honestly, because life is all about balance. You have to give some stuff up to work for other things. Stop. This is so bad. I'll get more into it, but basically it's just like that. And also social media is so fake. Be like everyone's like, "Oh, like you just live so well. Like look at you like having so much fun." Like I did have fun. Like no, I'm not going to lie. I'm not completely fake on social media, but like some things I post, like obviously that's only there because I'm trying to not try to show or brag off, but it's like you're trying to make your life look better than it actually is, and you're trying to make yourself look the best you can because social media is literally only a freaking highlight reel. Like obviously it's going to be not like that in real life, you know? Like I obviously not gonna post on my main account being like, oh yeah, I ate a pound of candy and now I feel awful about myself and want to die. Like not die. Oh my god. I like sometimes I feel like, oh wow, like I can't believe you just said that about myself. But like obviously I'm not gonna post that or make a note about it. Like I'm obviously not gonna do that because who does that? It's literally only supposed to be a highlight reel. And healthy balances is so important because like I said before, like if you only eat like you can't eat chicken and rice and broccoli for the rest of your life or you'll die. Like literally like you cannot do that. Like that's obviously healthy, but like actually have to balance out with carbs and all other stuff, things like that. So I don't think I was living, I'm just realizing now that like I was not living a balanced life because you have to have equal parts of both. And I think when school starts soon, I don't know how I'm gonna do all this with school because right now it's like content takes like 2 to 3 hours of my entire day. So I have no idea how I'm literally gonna like work. My glasses are like fucked up. Anyway, I don't know how I'm gonna like work. I don't know what's happening. Sorry guys. I don't know how I'm gonna like work on the podcast and then like do all my schoolwork because school is so hard. Like why is no one talking about that enough? School's so hard, especially starting this new term. Spanish. Stop. I hate Spanish. But yeah, there's that. So balance. Um, if everything looks different right now, it's because it is. Oh my god. So basically, new setup, new everything. Pretty much because my sister has a friend over and they were screaming and doing karaoke, so I obviously couldn't record then. So I took a massive break. Completely forgot what I was talking about. Also, my recording. Also, if the camera quality looks different, oh my god, it's because the website I was using completely like crashed on me and broke out, and the web was not working. So I was just like, oh my god, let's just resort back to my camera. So let's just hope and pray that it's good. Let's just hope and pray that it's good. I also did not know what I was talking about. So I think I was talking about this healthy balance lifestyle. I've tried to record this like 6 other times and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. So if this episode's kind of all over the place, I didn't mean to, but literally I can't record any other time because I start school this week and it's a huge mess. And I'm actually not ready for school to start because I just don't want it to start. I just need summer again. Honestly, I just need summer to come. And I need to be in the pool. I need to be tan, and I just need to be in super superb shape. But yeah, I think I was getting into the healthy balances and how that, you can't live this apparently it girl sustainable life without doing all the crazy and fun stuff. Like you cannot work yourself in the gym 7 days a week, hardcore for an hour straight, and then take one break and then you're completely messed up because that's what I do. I literally work out so hard for every day and then I take one day off at a sleepover and then I'm like literally crippled. like you can't do it. So you definitely need to have ease with yourself and definitely learn that like sometimes you have to give up some stuff for other things. Like obviously you're not going to bring a book to a sleepover and read. No hating, no hating, but like at one of my sleepovers, like I'm not going to do that. That's low-key weird for me. So obviously you have to sacrifice reading and journaling and all this stuff because you're having a sleepover and you're having fun. And I think we should all learn how to have some fun in life because what do you mean? Like what do you freaking mean? Like you have to have fun in life, obviously, or else or else all this gym and all this workout and all this dieting is literally for nothing. Like for freaking nothing if you're not enjoying yourself in life. Like clearly it's not going to work. So yeah, like you have to have these super. Why is my phone blowing up? Leave me alone. Anyway, do not disturb. Do not disturb has been actually so nice lately. But yeah, so there's that. Also, um going back to me personally, currently this could be very vulnerable, very open, okay? This is what I'm trying to get into. This is the deep stuff. Um Currently eating in a calorie deficit. Why is my thing? Stop. Sorry. This is so unprofessional. Currently eating in a calorie deficit. And it's basically, I don't want to be like too like, honestly, on here I'm literally only talking about my personal self. This is not an advice podcast. Do not do anything I'm doing, guys. This is not an advice. I could not do an advice podcast. I would literally like give you like the worst advice ever. So this is me. This is all my personal stories, and maybe this could help you out. Personally, right now I'm eating a calorie deficit to lose weight because I'm starting to cut because I was kind of bulking. Honestly, not gonna lie. I was kind of eating like whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and it was like mass amounts of food. Like it was honestly getting disgusting, and it was honestly low-key binge eating. I was just eating whatever, and it was like constant. Like I couldn't stop in a way. It's not bulimia or whatever. But it was just eating, and I called it a bulk. Because I did gain a lot of weight. And honestly, I've seen over a period of time, because when did I start? I think I compare myself to last year at this time. But I think we have to keep in mind that last year at this time I was working out so hard. Like every single day I was on the tennis team, so I was working out like extremely hard, and I was practicing these tournaments. I was doing high amounts of cardio, and I was doing all this stuff. So I think we have to keep that in mind. And then I quit tennis, and then I started gaining a lot of weight. Obviously it was gradually at the time, but then as I started bulking, I put in quotation marks because it's not a bulk. You don't bulk like that. You not bulk really by eating whatever you want. You bulk by kind of what I understood. Also, all my information is from TikTok. So maybe we should realize the problem is coming from inside the house. But I did start bulking is pretty much when you're working out. You're putting your strength training very hard. You're using a lot of weight, but you're also taking more calories than you usually would. So if you're at maintenance, so there's like three kind of steps. I think there's bulking, there's maintenance, and there's cutting. So maintenance is you're just trying to eat the amount of calories that like you can sustain and just stay at your current weight. Bulking is trying to eat in a surplus, so you're eating more calories than you would, and then cutting is eating less calories than you normally would at all this maintenance, right? So currently I was eating at a maintenance when I was we're gonna use last March as my example. Last March I was doing high amounts of cardio. I was eating high protein too because that was giving me fuel. I was eating carbs. I was eating, but also I was super depressed. So obviously I was not eating a lot. I was not eating like during lunch anymore like I usually am. I was literally not eating at all because I was so sad. So obviously I wasn't eating at all. Like literally. And then finally, and I think also emotion has a lot to do with eating and eating patterns, because now as my sophomore year I'm super happy, and that has obviously reflected in my eating because I've been eating more. And obviously then we get into gaining weight, and no one wants to gain weight. Me personally, like no one wants to gain weight, like unless you're doing the bulk. And I didn't realize that I was bulking because it was rough. And I think at my beginning of my workout journey, it was not the freaking dog. Hold on. Anyway, so I think I started my serious workout journey in July of 2023, not this year, obviously. It's January of this year. So it was July of 2023, and that's when I was actually working out and training a lot more seriously. Because before I would obviously work out But literally I have this thing where it's been 2 days. It takes 2 days, and then the third day I'm like, oh, I'll do it, and then I quit. That's how I've been doing it since I was probably in the seventh grade. Also, the seventh grade, I hate you. I hate you, seventh grade, because in the seventh grade, that's when I gained the most weight ever because it was online learning. I was rotting in the same sweatshirt from day to night. I would never take off the freaking sweatshirt. Like, take off that sweatshirt. Um, so I gained a lot of weight because in sixth grade, Loki, I was super skinny. I was pretty normal, and then in seventh grade, that's when I started gaining a lot of weight. Eighth grade, I think I kept it at maintenance, and then ninth grade, I think I lost a bunch of weight because I was um super sad. And then 10th grade, now we get into the gaining weight era again. And obviously my body has gone through a lot of changes, obviously puberty and oh, don't lick my foot, sorry. Obviously your body goes through a lot of changes through puberty and such, but not to the extreme. Give me 3 seconds. Oh my god. And gaining all this weight this year has made me feel awful about myself. And literally last night, I came to the realization. This is deep, guys. I've never opened it up about this to anybody, not even like my close friends. Last night I had the realization that I have stretch marks. Ah! Dude, I wanted to cry. No, actually I did not. I journaled about this too because I didn't want to cry. I was not happy about it. I was just kind of like, oh my god, like my body has changed so much. Also, I was in sixth grade when I was at my peak looking condition. Sixth grade, I was a baby. Like I was literally a child. Like obviously, I had a good body because I was literally a baby. Like the fuck, I didn't eat. I literally, like I didn't go through puberty or anything, right? So obviously, I had a good body because I was a baby. Ugh, like chill out. So then the stretch marks thing happened, and I was like, oh my god. I've had this episode planned out for a while, but then I was like, oh, I definitely need to add that one in because it's insane. Like, oh my goodness. Like, and I've seen them on my body before, but I was like, oh, whatever. It's like a bruise. It's like, oh, it's just my veins because I'm so white. Bay, no, like stop. It's not like I did feel like not bad about myself, but I was like, oh, like what the hell? So it was interesting. It was a very interesting experience. So yeah. Um, so then yes, I've gained a lot of weight, and currently I'm not. I don't think I want to say this. Currently I'm like not. I'm not where I want to be. Let's just say that. It's pretty rough, honestly, and that's why I'm trying to eat in this calorie deficit to cut. And honestly, the cutting is going horribly. I've tried, so this is gonna be so funny. I tried to do 75 hard. Can you guess I gave up after 2 days? Obviously, because I can't do anything more than 2 days. Except for this time around, because oh, that's what I was gonna talk about. In July to August, I was working out consistently, very well. I was eating okay. And then when school started, that's when it started to go decline. I was eating more and working out less. So we saw big changes there, especially in weight. And now trying to get it off is so fucking hard. Like, why doesn't one talk about that? It's so hard. Like, fuck. Like, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. Like, please, like, Lord, just make me skinny. um, but obviously, it didn't work. And that's so I started working out less and eating more, and that's when we started seeing the most incline. And then finally, I think it was I tried to do 75 hard, I think in November. Girl, what? 70 It's currently where I'm at as a high schooler student. It's impossible to do. Not impossible to do, but it's like you're not gonna be able to do that. Like, babe, like let's chill out. Unless I'm getting up at 5 a.m. every day, which obviously I cannot do. It's rough. It's not going to work out. And that's when I started actually taking it more seriously and started working out consistently once again. Um and now back in January, and then I stopped working out for 2 weeks in December. Actually, it was a winter break where I stopped working out at all. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Stop it. Stop it right now. Um So that was rough. Um, so I stopped working out then, and then I was like, oh well, in January I'll just cut. I'll just cut fine. It'll be super easy and it'll be super fine. It'll be easy and it'll be good. No, 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 no. The cut is not cutting. It's hard. It's so freaking hard. So, like I said, currently eating in a calorie deficit, and I was watching. Sorry, I was watching those TikTok lives where it's like the like the pyramid schemes, whatever, right? So I was looking at them, and then they were talking about the four phases or whatever. I actually didn't really understand it. Um, and then what was I talking about? And then they were like, "Oh yeah, don't eat in calorie deficit, or it will lead to a eating disorder." Oh, it was like, okay. And I texted my friend one day, and it was the day trying on clothes when you're not at your peak health is actually awful. What the heck? I wanted to die. I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry like 6 times. It was awful. I tried on one pair of jeans. It was like, okay, no, I'm killing myself. Literally, I'm done. I'm done. Peace out. Like, okay, bye. I was literally like so done after that because I just didn't feel good about myself and it was awful. Um, so there's that, and I was like, it was just rough, honestly. Um, so then that's when I went into like actually start like, sorry, my nose is so bad right now. Um, I don't have any tissue either, so if I have a huge booger, we're just gonna ignore that. This is just teenage girlhood. So then that's when I seriously was like, oh, okay, like we need to lose this freaking weight. Like we need to cut it off like as soon as fast as possible. So that's when I started researching cutting and calorie deficits and such like that. But then me and my other friend, not the same friend I was texting, me and my other friend were like, oh, like literally need to lose this weight. Like it's actually getting, it's not unhealthy, but it doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good. And honestly, when you don't look good, you don't feel good. Period. Like period. So we were talking and we're like, oh yeah, portion control, eating less, just like eating when you're actually hungry. And then I was like what the fuck? Like this is how people develop eating disorders. And I was like so nervous, but I'm like, and it was rough. It was genuinely rough. And doing this constant cycle of this cutting and bulking and maintenance and all this stuff is body recomposition. Like it's so confusing and it's so hard. And all I want to do is look good in a bathing suit for summer. Like that's all I want to do. And it's just like it's generally so hard. And I think there should be more open talks about it, especially for teenagers, because it's all for freaking adults and stuff. Like no, like what about teenagers? Like especially teenage girlhood. Like when you are not I'm not like I don't want to say fat. When you're not like bigger necessarily, and you're bigger than your small friends, but you're smaller than your bigger friends, and it feels so awful. You're just like what the heck? Like it's a box that you just put yourself in and then you're stuck in it and you're trying to break out of it and you're trying to be super small and thin, but then it's like it's just genuinely so hard and it's a toxic, honestly never ending cycle. Because once you lose all the weight, which is what I'm hoping to do, it's gonna take probably 30 weeks, and then summer hits. Um, and it's literally my first week, and my first week went pretty bad. I'm honestly not gonna lie. So like I said, I'm currently in the middle of the cut, and it didn't it didn't cut like it was supposed to cut. The cutting is cutting weight, obviously, and you're supposed to lose a pound per week, and that's how it should work. Actually, actually, I think I did, but literally, it's gonna take so long. But like everyone has said, like honestly, these slow results are what everyone's gonna look for because is what you're looking for because if you just lose a shit ton of weight super fast, like obviously you're gonna get burnt out, and you're gonna feel, and you're gonna obviously be temporarily satisfied, but then you're gonna feel like shit even later, and you're gonna get burnt out and sad. So then it's a slow process, but it's like, oh my god, like just hurry up, like I just want to be skinny and just look good, like right now. But obviously, it's not gonna work like that. So it's just a crazy cycle that honestly is very teenage girl because like it just is honestly, And I think that this battle is very internal, honestly. And honestly, if I sorry, I said honestly like 6 times. And TBH, like if I wasn't talking about it on the podcast, I wouldn't talk about it at all because I don't like obviously you can talk to your friends about it and you obviously should if you don't have a podcast. But for me personally, it's hard. It's so freaking hard to start these conversations and open up these conversations to your friends and stuff. So having someone to talk about it to and honestly journaling about it is so nice because you get to be completely open and free about whatever because it's only for yourself. No one's gonna see it. So it's so nice journaling, and journaling is such a great way to get all these conversations out. But having actual verbal conversation about this stuff is so important, I think. And I think we should pay more attention to this because obviously losing weight and this honestly the weight loss industry as a whole has so much money into it. It's insane. Like, and they're obviously profiting off of people's insecurities. And obviously people want to feel healthy and look good and feel good. So these huge weight loss companies and these huge weight loss programs, they get so much money from people and it doesn't ever work. Like you can't obviously when you lose the weight, you can't keep it off. So I think that just as maybe like as a teenagers have such a like it's so hard and everyone just like thinks it's so easy and it's just all this luck, but in reality it's a lot of hard work. And me personally, I'm not a fan of hard work. I don't like doing it. I don't want to do it. Work and hard, I hate the two words especially put together. So it's obviously super rough. So I think that the conversation would be great to be opened and yeah. Um so basically I think that just having open on and honest conversations like this is so helpful and it's so good because there's a huge sorry. There's like a I think there's also a huge stigma on weight loss because like have y'all seen the Barbie movie? Like the Barbie movie is like, "Oh, you have to be healthy. You have to be skinny to be healthy, but you can't want to say you're like whatever she said during the speech." It was so true because literally there's such a stigma around it and people don't want to talk about it enough because it's so personal. It's so freaking personal and no one ever wants to admit that they're overweight or underweight or struggling or doing all this stuff. Like I've not told my family about this because obviously like what the hell would I do that? They're gonna think, oh my god, like Olivia, you're gonna get an eating disorder and you're like gonna die. Um which, just kidding, guys. Oh my god, chill out. Um, but yeah, there's such a stigma around it and the weight loss industry, and there's so much around just losing weight and trying to be healthy. And I was working out so hard, and I was seeing no change. And I was like, why the hell is my body not changing? Like I'm working out every day for an hour. Also, I was not number one, I was not doing cardio. And that's what burns the most calories and it's what actually burns the most fat and loses the most weight. I was not doing that. I was also eating like absolute shit. Like, obviously, you're not gonna freaking lose weight if you eat a fucking cheesecake after like a workout, a 30-minute workout. You're obviously not gonna lose weight. You're gonna build muscle, but all the muscles can be hid under all this flabby skin. Like, it's obviously not gonna work. So I was like, why the heck is it not working? Because it's 80% diet, 20% exercise. And I think that's what we also need to learn is it's all dieting. And dieting is so honestly is dangerous. Honestly, dieting is so dangerous and it's scary honestly because honestly like logging all these calories and doing all this stuff like it's hard and eating in this calorie deficit right now. I think my goal calories is a lot lower than it probably should be, but you know what? It's okay. Also, if all my friends watch this, guys, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. Um, but yeah, for sure. And I think that, yep, that's just the vibes. Um, so pretty much overall is I'm just gonna conclude this little episode, give a brief of what I was all talking about. Because I genuinely cannot remember what I was talking about because it's been so freaking long since I started this. I think I started recording at like 1. It's 4. What the heck? Anyway, basically, you have to have healthy balances in life to be happy, live a happy and genuinely healthy life. Because if you are working out in the gym and eating super well and doing all this stuff for 7 days a week, having no fun, not going out, not having friends, doing all that, that's completely not healthy. But on the other end, if you're only partying, you're only drinking, you're only hanging out with your friends and not doing any of the other stuff, that's unhealthy too. So you have to find a perfect balance between the two in order to live a perfectly balanced and happy life. And sorry for talking really fast. And it takes a lot of work. Honestly, it's a very hard journey to find out and get into a routine like this and figuring it out. And I'm only 15 years old, so it's going to be a constantly ongoing battle, right? So it's very hard to figure out all the ups and downs. And I think that we should break down a stigma of losing weight, and um we should bring more clarity. I think maybe we should bring more clarity to topics of weight loss and weight gain and being open and honest about how we feel about our bodies, because as a teenager, especially as a teenage girl, it's so stigmatized. Like you always look online and you always see these perfect girls and their perfect bodies and they're on vacation, but in reality, like, maybe they're struggling too. And you always see, like, and they're struggling too. And I think that we all should just learn how to support each other equally and be super nice to each other and treat each other with honestly kindness, especially with topics like this, because topics like this are so sensitive and so honestly so scary that no one wants to talk about them because they're scared. And I think opening up conversations like this is super healthy and it helps all of us out. So, what did that eat? So sorry, but like I'm like, oh my god, that was so good. Also, guys, like, I can't remember my intro and outro for the life of me, so I'm literally reading it like a robot because I don't remember it. But anyway, that was this episode of Living Life Podcast. Living as a teenage girl, like, this was such a good like teenage girl talk. So I hope you enjoyed it because I certainly did. I love bringing openness and I love being so open on the podcast because I think it's a great way to bring out conversations to the mix, and I think it helps out everybody. So wait, I don't know my intro, guys. My outro. I honestly I just hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Live out.